Subscribo! Like and comment. Kazam. Eat slugs. Have you ever heard of Harry Potter? It's written by a transphobic maniac. It's a pretty good book, and later on it became pretty good movies. And now apparently it's going to be a pretty good TV show. Maybe. I'm doubtful, but also hopeful. But what if I told you, Potter fans, that we don't need more Harry Potter? Now, hear me out. It's because we've already got some. I'm of course talking about the classic 2007 movie, The Mystical Adventures of Billy Owens. Eat shit, Harry Potter fans, because there's a new chosen one in town, and he's a member of the Horcrux clan. That kind of sounds bad. I don't really like that. I heard about this movie from a very reliable source, TikTok, but I felt like I had to do my own research, so I went on Wikipedia. Another very reliable source. And like Harry, I put on my invisibility cloak and snuck around the restricted areas of Wikipedia library, and I found this, the critical reception zone. And I was expecting the critics to love this movie, reading things like New York Times #1 movie of 2007, or Potter fans eat shit, new magic kid in town. But that's not what people were saying. Not even close. DVD Verdict, the #1 magazine on all things DVDs. I wonder if they're still kicking. Well, they had this to say. Nothing about this film was coherent. Nothing. Zero zip. Nada. Zilch. I'm going to be honest, second half of that sentence was incoherent, so I'm not going to trust this review. Common Sense Media, a team that prides themselves on good sense, sound judgment in practical situations, had this to say. At the end of the day, this is poorly filmed, poorly executed attempt to get on board the Harry Potter train. First of all, everyone knows it's really difficult to get on the Harry Potter train. You got to go through a brick wall. You got to be magical and platform 9 3/4. And if, you ask this conductor bloke, he's just going to laugh at you.
9 3/4. Think you're being funny, do you?
Secondly, what if Harry Potter shone so brightly that no other movie about 11-year-old kids with magical powers ever had a chance? And Billy Owens would never get out of the shadow that was cast by the juggernaut that is Harry Potter. Please help me. Now, I'm a firm believer of you can't judge a book by its cover or a movie by its terrible reviews. And this movie does have some terrible reviews. No, I think I'm going to watch this terrible movie and I'm going to bring you all along with me, so let's go. It's this way. Watch your head on the green screen. We begin this movie at the start and we have two men on a boat, Victor and William. A little bit of fun trivia. William, played by Rudy Piper, used to be a pro wrestler. So, there you go. So William and Victor are on a boat and they are following a map that looks like it's been drawn on my dad's old ass hanky.
Victor! What does the map say?
It says we... just keep going straight. So after William does his magical magic, a dragon comes out of the water, and this thing looks pretty shit.
Rawr.
However, we are 2 minutes into this movie, and we've already seen some magic and a pretty shit looking dragon. Compare that to Harry Potter. In the first movie, Harry doesn't even do a single bit of magic. Not once. He doesn't float a leaf, he doesn't do anything. And also, we don't see a dragon until about halfway through, until bloody Hagrid's egg hatches, and he calls that thing Norbert. Look, I'm not keeping score, but if I was, I'm gonna have to give a point to Billy Owens. We meet Billy and his friends, Devin and Mandy also narrates this movie, which is just great. I love being explained exactly what's happening by a 10-year-old like it's a Disney Channel TV show. But she does her job well, and she explains that the town they live in is really old, and if you believe in history like some square nerd, it's a place where the Vikings first landed apparently, so it has a lot of mystical rumors and myths surrounding it. And to add to that spookiness, it's Billy's birthday today, and he's turning 11 on November the 11th. So he's turning 11 on the 11th of the 11th. Ooh, fucking spooky. You know what's spooky? My grandmother turned 66 on the 6th of June, 2006. You know how many sixes that is? It's a lot. She could be the second coming of Lucifer, but instead she's my sweet old grandma. So that kind of sucks. I could have been Lucifer's grandchild. Billy's late for school, so his mum drops him off in the company limo. Look, if I was producing this indie film and I saw in the script that the mother needs to drive a limo, I'd probably ask the director and the writer, how integral is that to the plot? Because maybe instead of spending money on a limo, we could spend some more money on a CGI team so the dragon doesn't look like it's covered in TV static. Billy's been feeling a bit off all day, and his mother hits him with some great motherly advice.
Dude, sometimes it's just hard being a kid.
Thanks, Mum, for those words of wisdom. But you know what I bet? I bet it's actually 10 times harder being an adult than it is being a kid, because you have to go to a job you don't like, and you have to deal with kids who are ungrateful on their birthday. But you're right, dude. I should just cheer up. Also, stop staring at the camera. Billy runs over to his friends and the first thing Mandy says to him is just this great factoid.
Did you know that by the time you're 11, your motor skills are at their peak of development?
I don't think that's true, Mandy, because I couldn't even get my seatbelt off.
The truth be told, for Billy on his 11th birthday, his motor skills weren't the only thing at his peak of development.
That's a weird thing to say, and I'm just going to ignore it, Mandy. I don't really want to hear about how developed kids are. But I tell you who does want to hear about how developed kids are is this dude. Look at that turtleneck. Look at those glasses. Look at that goatee. This dude's creepy as hell. They should change the name of this movie to Billy Owens and the Rock Spiders. The kids are in class, and Mandy tells another random fact, and I'm worried that her character is going to get very annoying very quickly. Class ends, and Billy gets bullied by the school bully, but luckily this teacher's there to step in and separate them. But watch the rest of this scene and see if you can notice anything creepy or weird.
November 11th, what a fantastic day to turn 11, Mr. Owens.
Someone turning 11?
Did the school do a background check on this teacher? Because he's not even trying to hide his creepiness.
November 11th, what a fantastic day to turn 11, Mr. Owens.
So, you're 11. That would mean you're fully developed. That's a shame.
It's pretty disgusting, but not as disgusting as what Devin just did.
That's like a lot.
He just open mouth sneezed onto Mandy, and no one said nothing. They all just ignored it. Discipline that kid. That's not a good habit to get into.
Yeah, so I got math and then English, and then after English I've got recess, and then Hachoo! And then after recess I think I've got math again, and then another one of English, and then and then that's about it, and I'll probably just go home. So what are you doing for the rest of the day? Nothing really. I think I'll probably just go home.
So the kids are leaving school, but then this happens. And this bully must really hate Billy, because holy shit, he chases him for ages. Billy hides inside an old antique shop called Thurgood's Treasure Trove and Pawn. I once watched a movie called Treasure Trove and Pawn, and I'll tell you what, it was a lot different to this. Billy, now inside the store, goes ahead and makes as much noise as humanly possible. He finally bumps into the man who owns the store, and it's actually William from the start of the movie. Billy and William get chatting, and Billy buys a wand off William for $11.
My 30% birthday discount, and bring that on the one there, that'd be $11.
Figures.
I'm going to be honest, that wasn't as epic or exciting as Harry Potter's The One Chooses the Wizard. The kid just saw it on the ground, he liked it, so he bought it. I'm sorry, Billy, but I'm going to have to give a point to Harry Potter for just being better. Straight up. 1 point to Harry Potter for being a better movie. Ooh, who's going to win? Who's going to win? The better... Oh, it's a tie. On one hand, we got the better movie, and on the other hand, Billy Owens and the fucking boy who found a wand and bought it. Billy Owens and the boy who found a wand and spent $11 on it. And then his friends come running into the store. How'd they find Billy? Was it luck that they ran into the store and found him? Or did they hear him making all that ridiculous noise? Or is it some magical fate that brought them all together? Or was it just really bad writing?
This place is awesome.
Devin is so easily entertained. He's like, wow, this place is amazing. And then goes ahead and picks up an old rusty kettle.
Wow, Mum, what is this place? It's a supermarket, honey. Wow.
Billy and Devin are at home and they're playing video games, and I have yet to see in a movie a video game scene done accurately. No one plays video games like this. What video game requires you to hit every single button on the controller at once? Are they playing like Guitar Hero but using controller? Billy and Devin start playing with the wand.
Don't shoot!
And Billy's all like, whoa, imagine if this wand was oh my god, I'm doing magic stuff. The boys use the wand to sneak out of the house, and the spell that Billy uses, kinda cool. Not gonna lie, it's actually surprisingly good.
Mr. Owens. Mr. Owens.
The kids head to the pawn shop because they want to know why the wand only works for Billy and no one else. But unfortunately, it's closed. Mandy wants to see some magic, so Billy tries to open the door with the wand.
Please!
The wand sparkles and leads the kids to an old treasure chest. William, the pro wrestler, now turned shop owner, runs out and opens the chest and pulls out a book entitled Owens. Holy shit, Billy's last name is the same as a book. What could that possibly mean? Well, it means piss all because the old man doesn't explain anything. William says he's going to teach Billy how to do magic, and these magic lessons are more like spelling lessons because he sort of just writes some words in the air like I did as a kid with a sparkler. The kids need to do some research about Billy's connection to magic, and they decide to go to a library. And I'm going to call it. I think there's going to be a restricted area in this library, and they're going to have to sneak in to get a book.
Our only hope could be the heritage room. You have to be 18 to use the heritage room. Our only hope is to wait until closing.
I fucking knew it. I knew it. And also, good luck getting past this filch wannabe, because this dude takes his job way too seriously. The kids sneak into the heritage room and find a book that explains to them that Willie and Victor, the blokes from the start of the movie, don't like each other anymore. Now, you'd think that's a waste of time, considering they know one of the people that was in that bromance and he could have told them all about it. But you'd be wrong, because we get an epic Dumbledore versus Voldemort-esque battle between Victor and William.
We will share an eternity of darkness!
You have no power here at all. Your soul was lost in the river!
Hope shall be. I will destroy anyone and anything that comes in my way.
The kids steal the book, go to leave, but they get caught by the bully and also the sus teachers with him. I don't know, late night, teacher hanging out with kids. It's not right. I've now just realized that that sus teacher with the turtleneck and glasses is actually Victor from the start of the movie. So that turtleneck and those glasses and that creepy persona was all just an act so people wouldn't know his true identity. Or that's what he tells the police when they catch him for diddling. The bully goes to grab Billy, but Billy puts up a force field, and the bully isn't even fazed that the kid that he's been bullying this entire movie has magical powers now. If I was a bully and the kid that I was bullying had a magical wand that could probably turn me into anything he dreamt of or put little whispers in my ear, I'd probably stop bullying him. But hey, a bully's got a bully. Victor bangs on about number 11 being like the master number or some shit, and then Paul Blart Mall Cop smashes into the room and the kids sneak out and get away. So then it turns out the bully, who's getting a much bigger role than I first thought, is working with Victor. And I know Voldemort had Malfoy, but Voldemort didn't give off creepy, touchy vibes.
I can touch you now.
He kind of did, but not as much as Victor. Billy and Devon discuss the plan. I don't know what the plan is. I don't even know why this conversation was in the movie, but all I know is they need to run as fast as they can.
So, what are we gonna do about Kurt?
I don't know. You got any suggestions?
Well, I was thinking we could all stick together and make it to the pawn shop.
Yeah, sure, that's all we have to do is outrun him.
But what if he follows us with his cronies?
I don't know. That's when we have to run as fast as we can, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely felt like the director just said improvise this scene and we'll work it out later. So keeping with the theme of coherent mess, Billy goes back to school on Monday for some unknown reason. I feel like he's got a bit more pressing matters than fucking third grade algebra. And while he's at school, he gets cornered by Victor. So let me just break down this scene and try and understand what the fuck's going on. So Victor wants the map, but from Billy. So Victor wants the map from Billy, but Billy doesn't have the map. So Victor makes his own map. I don't know why he couldn't just do that all along, but anyway. And then the principal, who has shown no magical powers at all, walks through the wall and captures the map in a jar and hits Victor with a cold-blooded gangster line.
Victor, that will be quite enough.
This movie branched a little too far away from Harry Potter, if you know what I mean, and they started to freestyle and improvise. And like the rapper designer, they probably shouldn't have done that.
Don't touch, that's my shit. Don't touch, that's my shit. Don't touch, that's my shit.
The principal explains that the river that runs through the town is calling for people to live up to their destiny. She also explains that the Hunter Moon, whatever that is only 24 hours away, which I think's a bad thing. She's kind of like Dumbledore of the movie, you know, she's the headmaster of the school. She gives a little boy a heap of responsibility responsibility and doesn't tell him all the information. So she's not kind of like Dumbledore, she's exactly like Dumbledore. With some more narration from Mandy to sort of fill in the gaps of this coherent mess, she explains that when the Earth and the Moon are in line, that also means the river is in line with the spirit world river, and then therefore the dragon from the start of the movie can pass through the river spirit and enter our world and kill everyone. So what they need to do is get the key, and they need to get the map, which I thought they already had because the principal put it in a jar or something, and get to a certain spot on the river to kill the dragon. I'm struggling to care about this movie, so I apologize if it makes no sense. The movie makes no sense. We cut to the kids at home, and they are doing their homework because algebra is the most important thing right now, not the fucking fire-breathing dragon that's coming from the spirit world to kill everyone. No, I better make sure that I know what Y is. Like, fucking, this movie's so fucked. The kids look outside the window and see a fire in Old Town. And for some reason, I don't know how they know it, but the key's there. They figured that out.
What is that?
It looks like Old Town.
The key.
It never explained. They all just went, the key! So they run out of the house, no time to explain to the parents, and the mother's really worried. But the father couldn't care less.
Where are you going?
Mom, I'll explain later.
Billy?
Go fast, Billy.
Come on.
So it turns out the pawn shop was on fire. So Billy, being the brave little lad he is, he runs into the fire, grabs William out, and also the key.
Million key.
Because the key was at the pawn shop the entire time, and they really need this key, but William didn't tell him about it. This movie's very frustrating. We get this great emotional scene between Willie and Billy. The reason why I know it's a great emotional scene is because it's shot in black and white. So it's heaps more emotional when it's black and white. Billy takes the key to his dad for some reason, and then the big twist is that his mum and dad are also magical. The family and friends have a really touching moment that's ruined by Mandy's shitty octopus fact.
Did you know that octopi change their color when they're frightened?
But then saved by the mum's great friendship line.
Did you know that friendship is the strongest bond between two friends?
Yeah, you're right, Mum. Friendship is the most powerful bond between friends. It's also the only bond between friends. What does that even fucking mean? Bill and his friends, now bound with friendship, head to where it all began. William's shop. And for a place that got burnt down, it looks like it didn't get burnt down at all. That's just amazing. Magic. William shows up and takes the kids over to the treasure chest. Mandy pulls out the book they got from the library, and then she also pulls out the map. I don't understand this movie. It makes no sense. Where did she get the map from? Was it in the jar? Did she get the jar? Did she get the map from the principal that the jar had, or was this the map that maybe William had this map? The kids are now teleported to the snow biome, and Mandy reads the book, and it tells them they need to find a guardian so he can fucking lead them to something. I really don't know. Billy hears something behind them, and they begin to chase after this little old lady who just is making the worst noises ever. Sounds like my roommate's dog. They finally catch up to whatever this thing is, and it kind of looks like a kid on Halloween. Trick or treat! This little goblin thing gives the kids a lot of lore, and I'll try and sum it up for you so you can kind of understand what's going on. So after a long conversation, he explains where they need to go, that they need to combine the two books together, which I think is the Codex and the book that Dad gave them. They also need Loki's scepter so they can defeat Loki, and I think that's the wand. They never say it's the wand, but I'm pretty sure it is. There's also a heap of treasure that they can find, but the kids don't really care about that. Then their conversation is cut short because Victor, who I think is Loki, shows up, but as the kids run away, the goblin says Victor isn't really who he says he is, so I'm pretty sure that implies that he's Loki. Lots to unpack there, but also there's like 10 minutes left in this movie, and I don't know how they're going to complete all those tasks. It just seems unrealistic. The kids get into a pretty intense argument, and I also just realized that this movie is Canadian.
Sorry, jeez, I'm sorry.
The kids don't really know where to go, so Mandy reads more of the book, and she finds out they need to add this to the fucking list of things they need to do. Find the Altar of Destiny. There's 10 minutes left in this movie. I don't know how they're gonna do all this. Luckily, it turns out that Devon's been sitting on the altar this whole time because it's just this random tree stump in the fucking woods. So tick that off the list. I don't have to do that anymore, thank God. Victor catches up with the kids. The kids combine the books in the altar, and it teleports them to somewhere. I'm really impressed with this fucking portal, because they just used some footage from when they were in the library to show that they're going somewhere. The kids teleport back to William's shop and ask William if they can borrow his boat. And then Mandy, the narrator, explains that the Altar of Destiny told them how to navigate the river and get to the cave that they need to get to. But I thought the map that Mandy has told him that. So was it a waste of time going to the snowy planet so they can find out something they already knew? Hey man, maybe. They're now on the boat and they're using the map now to navigate the river. I thought the Ultra Destiny told them where to go, but I guess they still need the map that they somehow got. This movie is making less sense by the minute. They go down the river and it felt like they were going down this river for a really long time. There's a lot of shots of them going down this river. They finally get to the cave. They walk around the cave. They steal a sword off this dude and he's pretty pissed off. The kids make their way to a small room and they need to solve a puzzle to get out of this room. Devin, being the goofball he is, presses the wrong buttons and the walls start to close in. But Billy uses his wand just in time to solve the puzzle. The writers really lucked out that Billy's got a wand. How can the kids get out of this really unique trap that we haven't seen on TV or movies before? I just don't even know. What if Harry uses his wand to solve the puzzle? Boss, don't you mean Billy? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Billy. That's what I meant. The kids get attacked by the undead dude, and then Devin reaches in deep and finds the courage to fucking slice that dead dude in half.
Leave my friends alone!
So the dead dude is dead. Again. The kids walk into the dragon's den and they run into Victor. Victor wants the scepter, so he does some fucking really bad CGI magic. The kids run away, and now Mandy tells Billy that he needs to live up to his destiny and slay the dragon. And this is the epic fight we've all been waiting for. Boy versus dragon. And here it is.
He's too strong! Mandy! Can't hold him back! Billy, hold on!
Class dismissed.
And that was it. I don't know what I was expecting, but there was that much build up that I thought maybe the ending would be a bit more exciting than that. I also thought the movie was over, but then this happened. And you're probably thinking there is no way they actually made another movie, but they fucking did. So my final thoughts on this movie. I think they should have copied Harry Potter a bit more. The first half of this movie was okay, it was watchable. The second half became an incoherent mess, and I don't even know what I was watching. So just for that, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to take a point away from Billy. Believe it or not, Harry Potter, you are a better movie. Bit of a longer video than I normally do, but I saw this on TikTok and I just had to watch it and make a video about it. It just seems so ridiculous. I'll leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you enjoyed me. I'll see you all next time.